APC national leader Bola Tinubu has warned against tendencies of war in the country. He warns today that the continent might not be able to afford an internal strife in Nigeria. And our stories of defection is rising in the PDP. More controversies rage over internal crises within the main opposition party in the country. Former Aviation Minister Fani-Kayode tonight speaks to us about the controversies around him leaving the PDP and some issues around 2023 presidency. Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimbaloye in Lagos. Let's begin by telling you that the All Progressives Congress APC national leader and former Lagos Governor Bola Tinubu has warned against tendencies that could cause war or internal strife in the country. Tinubu, who was a guest at a Fidal prayer for the late former Lagos Governor Lateef Jakonde, says the continent will be thrown into crisis of refugees should Africa giant Nigeria go into war.
If there is crisis, where do we go? We will submerge the entire West Africa. And there will be not enough space to accommodate us. Those who have seen the effect of war, the effect of tribal conflict, of religious conflict, we never want it for Nigeria. We pray to God to strengthen our mind, guide our faith,
Amen.
put peace,
Amen.
and bring peace onto this land.
Amen.
Tonight, our attention is on the situation in the PDP, People's Democratic Party. Chief Fani-Kayode is our guest tonight on the program. But before we begin to speak with him, let us check out some of your political roundup stories.
But I want to assure you that
the Niger State Governor, Abubakar Bello, is giving hope to parents and families of those recently abducted in the state that government will do everything to secure their release. Governor Bello has also dismissed the rumors making the rounds that the abductees have already been rescued, insisting that there is no truth in the claim.
our utmost priority right now is to make sure we bring them back home safe.
Governor Wike stated this when he led dignitaries, including former Minister of Works Mike Onole Memen, project inspection tour in Port Harcourt and Obiakpo local government areas of Rivers State on Thursday.
But they told Nigerians that they will solve the problem, but the problem has not been solved.
The Imo State government has defended the ongoing joint military and police operation in Osu local government area of Imo State to raid illegal camps built by members of the IPOB's Eastern Security Network. Speaking on the ongoing joint military operation, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Imo State, Cyprian Akaolisa, says the state government actually invited the military to help intervene in the ongoing and alleged carnage and criminal activities being perpetrated by suspected members of the Eastern Security Network of IPOB. According to the Attorney General, the Eastern Security Network is responsible for all the killings and maiming of innocent citizens and security operatives between October 2020 and January 2021 in Olu and Osu local government areas of Imo, and this necessitated the invitation of the military before it gets out of hand.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. In the last few days, there have been a series of consultations and reconciliation moves within the People's Democratic Party, PDP. A former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniel, announced he was leaving the party. The party has reacted to it that he's left for several years. A former Minister of Aviation, Chief Fani-Kayode, also was reported to wanting to leave the PDP. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki and some leaders in the party recently met with former President Goodluck Jonathan over a series of issues, including talks of the former president leaving the PDP. Well, also today, we're seeing a situation where the Saraki-led Reconciliation Committee of the PDP had gone to Niger State and met with former head of state. He met with former head of state Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida and former head of state Abdulsalami Abubakar. For Chief Fani-Kayode, the controversies have been rife over the possibility of his defection. And tonight, we shall be talking to him about the internal workings of the PDP and Mr. Fani-Kayode's take on that. Well, there are issues around whether he was leaving or not. When the instant that brought all about this issue about Mr. Fani-Kayode leaving the PDP was when the former governor, the governor of Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello, came out to say Mr. Fani-Kayode is coming or is going into the APC. That's yet some controversy. Take a listen to the Kogi governor there.
To educate and woo Nigerians into the party, irrespective of their background. Our brother and friend, Chief Fani-Kayode, has joined our party in good faith. For the youth. He is joining our party to come and add his own positive energy and make contribution into ensuring that APC is a party to beat. Remember, Chief Fani-Kayode is a foundation member, was a foundation member of this great party. Due to misunderstanding, he decided to port elsewhere before. Now he has decided to join our party, approached me, and by the mandate given to me by the party, I must not segregate. I must not discriminate against any individual, even if he has a different opinion about the party before, about the government before, and he has seen the light, the reality, and the need to join the All Progressives Congress. It is just nice. It is just important. It is just smooth and very, very sweet to accommodate and welcome Chief Fani-Kayode to come and join this party. Remember that this party does not belong to one individual. It belongs to all Nigerians. You are free to join if you feel otherwise, and you cannot, understand what is happening before, and now you now understand what is happening, and you want to join. We will welcome you with our arms wide open. So, Chief Fani-Kayode, you are welcome to our party. Come and make your contribution and ensure that this party is greater than any individual in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right, you heard the governor of Kogi State, Yaya Bello, there. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll try to clear the air about what is happening in the PDP, the reconciliation effort, Chief Fani-Kayode's moves, and what is really happening. Is he in the PDP or the APC? Don't forget, Chief Fani-Kayode has spoken very strongly against the Buhari government. Why does he want to go to the APC? Join us again, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us right here on Politics Today on Channels Television. We're talking tonight about the issues within the People's Democratic Party. So, former Senate President Bukola Saraki is leading the Reconciliation Committee of the party, and they have been going from one leader to the other in trying to resolve some of the internal issues of the PDP. Just yesterday, the party lifted a suspension on 7 lawmakers, including the minority leader. What led to that suspension in the first place? Well, the minority leader has responded to say, look, let's work together. We're one big family. That seems to be one language that we hear over and over when there is crisis within a political party. But what is of a major concern is the talks around the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, leaving the PDP. That was a president who served as a president for 5 years on the plate of the PDP. So this was what Senator Bukola Saraki said when they met with the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. Take a listen to him.
We are here to talk about the party. We talk about what role we can all play in reconciliation of different parts of the party, what role people like former president like himself can play. And he left us feeling very happy that, yes, he wants to play that role in PDP and in uniting the party and helping us, this committee, to move forward. And it was very, very useful meeting. As you see, it took us close to an hour and a half, which he spoke, gave us his views. We felt very happy. It reassured all of us his strong commitment to the PDP, and he's still ready to offer his time, his experience, his resources in strengthening the party. That was very strong and important for us because, as you know, there's a lot of funny stories going around, but we left here very, very happy with his level. Not only that, also ready to see how we work with the Reconciliation Committee to play his own role. So that today we believe is a great step for the party, and we'll put that behind us. All those of the other parties that keep on like to come and disturb our leaders. So our leaders have here, and we're working for this great party.
So it's interesting at a time now that there are some eminent Nigerians coming together under what they call a mega party platform, a political platform they're putting forward to challenge the status quo. One of them told us on the program that PDP and APC are no alternatives, and they are bringing an alternative to the table. But we're seeing the ruling APC going to town to canvass for membership, asking people to revalidate and also asking for new members into the party. Now we're seeing the PDP trying to mend fences and bring back those who are aggrieved in the party, especially some of their leaders. And so one of them is the former aviation minister, Mr. Chief Fani-Kayode, who has been reported that he's going to leave the PDP for the APC. Unfortunately, it's been a very tough one trying to get him, and internet is being a very horrible one where he is present. We understand that he's in transit, and that's why we've not been able to get to him. But we will speak with one of the PDP chieftain, Mr. Ken Okoligbo, former commissioner for the SOPADEC in Delta State. He joins us now from Lekki area of Lagos. Thank you so much, Mr. Okoligbo, for joining us tonight. Give us a sense of what is happening in your party. It does look like things are falling apart. Is it?
Okay, I couldn't get the question. Can you ask the question again? Sure.
So I'm saying that for what we've seen in the past few days, the talks of a former president wanting to leave the PDP, we're hearing that even more people are planning to leave the PDP. Are things falling apart?
I've not been able to get the question. If you can hear me, can you hear me very well?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ken. We can hear you. And so the question is that we've seen some internal issues. Your party is making effort in resolving them, but it looks like there is a major problem. So I'm asking, are things falling apart in your party, the PDP?
But it's not only my party that are having these challenges. You also see that the APC is also having these challenges as we are having in the PDP. What is happening is that we are having the run-up to 2023. And you know, most likely with the amendments that are in this stage by INEC, if the Senate goes through with that amendment, we will certainly be having primaries earlier than we expected. People are even proposing February next year or before June next year. So what you're seeing is not unexpected. But the way people are actually leaving the maybe PDP to the APC is the way you'll see an influx of people leaving the APC to the PDP. I guess that the party that will actually implode should be the APC, because it is the ruling party that is not doing well as we speak right now.
But give us a sense of this report that we are getting. And we're seeing Senator Saraki and the members of the Reconciliation Committee trying to move here and there to appease those who are seemingly aggrieved and not, or they have differences in the party. That speaks volume. What exactly do you think is the major problem here?
No, don't forget that the Saraki committee has been appointed. In fact, the Saraki committee should have started a long time ago, but there were hiccups that were there before now. But he's moving swiftly because a lot of people have been aggrieved. You should also understand that there have been a lot of issues in the states. Anambra, for example, where we are going to have the gubernatorial elections anytime from now, have been having some little issues within the party. And that's exactly why you see that a lot of those visits are being done by the Saraki-led committee. First, he's meeting with the governors. Not only is he meeting with the governors, he's also meeting with stakeholders like the former president, Goodluck Jonathan. And that should also make you understand that we don't want people leaving our party. We want to treat their grievances. And Saraki, there's no other person that you can expect that is leading this committee, no other person than somebody in the mold of Saraki, who has been an enabler and who also comes from the middle belt. So he can reach out to the northern side and he can reach out to the southern side, and has been a number 3 citizen of this country. So these are the reasons why you can see that the Saraki committee is moving swiftly, because we want to put our parties together.
Okay, give us a sense of what is happening with, first and foremost, we saw the governor of Ebonyi State, who left the PDP late last year for the APC. We saw Chief Benga Daniel, former governor of Ogun State, who has declared openly and officially that he has joined the APC. We heard report and we saw how the APC chieftains are talking about Chief Fani-Kayode going into the APC. And we also understand that more people and perhaps some governors are also planning to exit. In fact, a governor of the PDP on this program had told us that there is a possibility of 1 or 2 governors leaving for the APC. So this amounts to something, isn't it? When we're seeing this kind of movement, it tells a lot within the political space. Mr. Okolugbo.
Well, the thing is, the state governor was quite unfortunate, because it was not unexpected. He's been one governor that everybody has been envisaging that was going to leave the party. One, it's Mboyi. It's been a very important state to us. It's been a PDP state. But if you notice, he seems to be the only one that has left. We have strong people like the former Senate President Payozani. We have Samigu, who is a sitting senator, and we have so many others who did not live with him. So it's important to note that I believe that Ebonyi still remains the PDP state. Yes, the internal crisis in our party, it's not anywhere near what is happening in the APC. Because if you notice what happened in Edo State, we were able to put our acts together and we were able to enabled Governor Godwin Obaseki to run on our ticket and has become an integral member of our party. But going forward in 2022, the primaries of the party must be seen as transparent. The zoning of the presidential ticket must be such that it will assuage the feelings of the area which feels it has been shortchanged before now in taking a shot at the presidency. These are very important things that we must do as a party that would enable us continue on that stretch. Otherwise, we might have the same crisis that the APC is having right now.
Mr. Okolugbo, covering politics and also speaking to politicians have taught me one lesson, that when you see these kind of things, when you see this kind of storm, politicians will say it's just a storm in a teacup. But I've come to understand that any storm within the political space is no longer, there's no little storm in the political space. Any storm is a major storm. I remember vividly what happened when the new PDP emerged in the PDP under the then President Goodluck Jonathan. It was at that venue of your national convention at the Eagle Square when this happened. So when we're seeing this kind of movement ahead of a major election, all of this also means a whole lot. So give us a sense of what we're seeing in the House of Representatives, for example, and also the talks about zoning is that tearing your party apart.
Well, the thing about it is that I've been on this program before, and I talked about the sentiments of the southeast and the middle belt. And the truth about it is, whether we like it or not, we need to look at those two areas, which since 2000 and if you look at from 2000 from 1999 till date, the southeast or the middle belt has never produced either the president or the vice president. So we must, whether we like it or not, we must look at that sentiment coming from those two zones. But if you look at it holistically, those people that left the new PDP, Saraki, where is he? Dogara is the one that's gone back to the APC. Saraki is back to the PDP. Atiku is back to the PDP. Rotimi Amechi is not having it easy in Rivers State. Wike has turned to a colossus and has taken over the entire Rivers State. So if you look at it, those that left the PDP then to form the new PDP, they had their regrets. They had their deep regrets. I regret that Dogara left, and I think maybe they will try to bring Dogara back. But invariably speaking, they were all back to the PDP before Buhari's re-election. So it is a lesson that they have seen and they do not want to experience again. I still believe that the party that has to be beaten in 2023 elections will be the PDP, because the APC has been a house of strange bedfellows, and now it is about to implode because most of them do not want the presidency in the Southwest, and those people that are against presidency in the Southwest are more than those that want it in the Southwest. And you know of whom I'm referring at this material point in time. Look at Kwara, for example. They're already asking for the resignation of Lai Mohammed. The governor and the Minister of Information do not see eye to eye. So it's going to be on and on and on and on. That is politics. But I think PDP will be more stabilized. That's why I mean that the internal democracy in the PDP must be jealously guided at this point.
Ken Okolugbo, former commissioner at the Sopadek in Delta State and the chieftain of the PDP, thank you so much indeed for coming tonight on the program to speak about the internal issues within the PDP. Thank you so much.
It's always my pleasure.
And unfortunately, apologies that we could not bring to you Chief Fani-Kayode, as we said, due to some connection issues. Well, that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm Shinwa Kimale. Bye for now.